Hi class, good morning and Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Healthcare Information System subject. Again, stay safe and stay at home always the time. Okay, today we will discuss on the chapter 11 regarding on the internet, e-health and decision support system. Yeah. As you know that the internet is become critical tools, yeah, today in communicate between people in different country around the world, yeah. And of course the healthcare cannot run away from this technology, and the healthcare researcher like health informatic researcher or health ICT researcher try to utilize the internet in the healthcare application, yeah, like e-health and also the decision support. Okay, before we go to the detail of the subject, so this is a learning objective. So after we complete this chapter, we expect that you can discuss on the internet healthcare services. Okay, what are the services that you can use the internet as a tools, as a transport to provide or to improve the healthcare services in the healthcare provider or organization. And then secondly is to gain insight on the e-health technology requirement. So from the discussion, after the discussion, maybe you will get the idea what are the internet technology that can be implemented in the healthcare services through e-health application. Thirdly is to discuss the internet role in healthcare decision support system. Number 4 is to able to discuss the role of decision support system in healthcare. So the decision support system become crucial now because with the increase of the patient every day in the hospital, an increase of the problems, long-term problem with the health is increased, especially on the cancer, yeah, on the cardiovascular problem such as heart problem, yeah, due to lifestyles of the people keep change, yeah. Nowadays people like to eat junk food or fast food, and this food make lifestyle of people change, yeah? From the traditional food they consume in the house, but with the technology, with the new innovation in getting the food such as KFC, McDonald's, yeah, pizza, so the lifestyle is changed. So you just order and then the food come to your door within 5 minutes or to 15 minutes. So the lifestyle make a lot of healthcare status change, yeah? From a problem of heart to the diabetic, and also affect the kidney, yeah, kidney problem. So this is a problem which encountered by all the country across the world, yeah. It starts with the cholesterol, and cholesterol will hit the blood pressure, and blood pressure will make the heart, yeah, heart problem, and then when your weight is increased, so of course the sugar in the blood will be increased. So finally, if you not bother about your food consumed, which is got a lot of cholesterol and high sugar, especially the young generation, they like to drink a Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola. So this type of drinks got a lot of sugar. So year by year, so they will get the diabetic. And lastly, we expect that all the students able to discuss the role of intelligent system in healthcare. So this is a good field, algorithm, AI, artificial intelligence will be play a lot of role to help the doctor to make a decisions. So I will discuss at the end of the chapter, where I and a lot of students do research in the healthcare, sector, such as I already produced 2 doctor, PhD student in medical algorithm. One is nasopharyngeal cancer, and another one is the ear problem. Okay, in introduction, the internet healthcare services. So as you know that internet and web represent the most powerful instrument, and create a lot of innovation through the dissemination and information very fast, and the internet is capable of providing a powerful distribution infrastructure over which healthcare organization can move information. And the web is often used as a vehicle for many of the telemedical services, such as telemedicine, telemonitoring, and telehealth. So this is a long time ago. Telemedicine is a tool for geographical. We the researcher introduce a telemedicine to resolve the geographical issue, especially when you visit Indonesia. There are many islands, and people there is very difficult to get access to the healthcare services. And when you go to those African continental, there are a lot of Sahara, padang pasir, so very difficult to commute to the center or to the city. So the telemedicine is introduced to get cost-effective healthcare services through telecommunication. So as you know that the healthcare, when you talk about healthcare or medical, from the starting point that you visit the hospital, it involves a lot of information. So from your demographic, your patient demographic, until your prescription of the drugs is full with the information. Before the doctor wanted to prescribe the drug or provide a treatment, so they need the information of you, of the patient, before they plan the treatment to be taken by the patient. So nowadays, when I talk to you or mention to you previous slide, that the problem of health problem nowadays is related to the lifestyle. So many people got problem with the heart problem, with the heart, diabetic, and also the kidney, high blood pressure. So this problem is increase, yeah, increase, and this is a reason of a lot of people die, yeah, because of heart attack and heart problem. So to manage and to get a treatment of heart problem, for example, yeah, heart problem is require a specialist, require long-term monitoring before the doctor specialist to decide what type of treatment to be given to the patient, yeah. So they need a lot of information. I give one example of me. So I got heart coronary artery problems, yeah. So luckily I got a good doctor, which is very fast. That when I got result from the screening, so I got 3 blockage in my heart. So I was referred to Hospital Serdang. Yeah. Then the information from the previous hospital is used to provide the next action of the treatment. So because of I got the information, yeah, from the previous hospital, so the action is fast. So let's say we don't have that information from the previous hospital, and this also in my case, I don't use the hospital between Hospital Serdang and previous hospital doesn't have any internet communication. So I just bring the hard copy of the result from the previous hospital. Let's say if we use the internet communication, so a lot of information can be transferred to the Hospital Serdang. So this is a thing that we need to promote to the hospital, that the internet is very powerful to help to save the life of people. Okay, once I meet the doctor in the Hospital Serdang, so they got the information, full information, and very easy for them to plan my next treatment. Yeah, so luckily I got a good doctor, and they asked me to do angiogram, and finally I gone through the operation, and Alhamdulillah my heart become good and still alive. Yeah, can see you. Okay, why web health services? So the web can support rapid publication and distribution. Okay, beside the story that I told you, rapid speed of the communication, speed of the information that we can use for disseminating the information from one hospital to hospital. So the web can support rapid publication and distribution of clinical information resources. What is the publication? So when you go to the Google, you can search, and then you can search any topic of health related to your problem. For example, you can search, let's say, how to cure headache, how to cure stomach headache, a stomach problem, for example, or you got problem with your skin, for example. So a very lot of information will be displayed to you, right? So web can help to the people in order to find the related healthcare health information regarding their problem. So from the web or internet, so this information can be disseminated. So nowadays we are busy with the COVID-19, right? So we got a lot of information how to prevent, how to cure, how to of course COVID cannot cure, but we can boost our antibody through a lot of advice, experience from the people that gone through with the COVID-19 issue. Yeah, so that information is very fast blast to all the people around the world. Yeah. The electronic patient record can be built using web technology. So as I mentioned to you in the chapter 3 and chapter 4, electronic patient record or electronic medical record is very important information to be used by the health worker for manage or for planning the next treatment for the patient. Yeah. So EMR can use the internet technology to disseminate the information. Okay, so I think I don't need to explain one by one of the point here, but what I want to mention here, the web or internet is very important to provide healthcare services or help the doctor and health worker in disseminating the information, and also help them in the day-to-day of services in the hospital. You can see that now the COVID-19, when COVID-19 attack us, there are a lot of technology need to be used, in terms of appointment, of vaccination, in terms of the sharing of the information, in terms of the alert, notification, where is the hot spot, where is the red area, yellow area, so you can plan your movement. Let's say in UTM, for example, is a red area, so all students stop from commute or go to the UTM, so you stay at home. So this is information, or this information is very important, and we cannot disseminate the information with the speed now we have without the internet. So there are a lot of internet or web tool can be used in the healthcare services. So this is require study and research. That's why in our lab BioCore, we do this research in order to provide the healthcare services or help the health worker to improve the healthcare services to the people. So when we talk about internet, so of course we will ask, what is e-health? So E means electronics. Health is, of course, the in the field of medical and also the services, medical and medical services. So medical is a field, so services is the doctor and health worker provide help and services to the people who got problem. So when people got problem, they will visit the hospital, get the healthcare services. So e-health is a relatively recent term for healthcare practice supported by electronic process and communication. So WHO definition on e-health is the cost-effective and secure use of information and communication technologies in support of health and health-related fields, including healthcare services, health surveillance, health literature, and health education, knowledge, and research. So this is definition of e-health. Not only provide the application services. Application services means appointment, e-appointment, for example, yeah, e-registration, yeah, telemedicine, telehealth. It's not only that. So e-health is a lot of field across the healthcare or medical field. Yeah? So all process workflow is done through electronic and help of internet. Okay. So when we talk about e-health, means it involves the electronic processes. Yeah. Electronic processes means we use computer or we use telephone. This is the last choice. Yeah? Or you use email, you use WhatsApp. Okay, so as long as the process involve electronic to disseminate or to share the information regarding on health or medical, so we call it e-health. So e-health not to throw out the paper, yeah. So it only a paperless. We reduce the use of paper, and I think majority of the processes between department or unit is through electronic. So this is e-health. Yeah? So common term in health, for example, electronic health record, clinical decision support system, and also the telemedicine. Yeah. So e-health is actually above, on top of the telemedicine, telehealth. Yeah. Telehealth is a part of the e-health. Yeah. Clinical decision support is part of the e-health. Electronic medical record is part of the e-health. So this is a term that you need to understand. So that means e-health is above from that application that I told you now. So what is the e-health intervention? So normally and commonly we use e-health in delivering the health information to health or to health workers, health professional, and health consumers through the internet and telecommunication. So nowadays you can find a lot of, you can find the pharmacy, pharmacy outlet through the Google, the location. You can browse all the drug or medication that relate to your problems. So this is a e-health. Yeah. And e-health intervention is using IT and e-commerce to improve public health services. For example, through the education and training of health workers. So e-health not only provide the services to the consumer, but it used by the health worker to improve or to further their study. Yeah. So we got, for example, CPE, I think, continue professional education in health. Yeah, nurses, medical assistant, they can continue their study through e-education, for example, in health. And e-health intervention also applying e-commerce and e-business practice in health system management, budget, accounting, and etc. So when we talk about the health organization, yeah, so of course they cannot run away from the human resource management, yeah, financial management. Of course, when we talk about financial, it involves budget, yeah, planning, how to increase the the development of the hospital. Let's say today we got 100 bed in the ward. What happened in 5 years? So we need a good planning in terms of budget to expand the hospital. Yeah. So e-health is intervention involved across department in the healthcare organization, and also is very important for country to get the e-health for good plannings. Fast information will help for the manager or top management to decide what to do. Okay, why e-health? In many low and middle income countries, health system challenge relating to weak governance, health workforce shortage, and geographic and economic barriers to care impede effective delivery of health services to those in need. So information and communication technology offers the potential for addressing some of these challenges. So the low and middle income countries account for 3/4 of the rapidly expanding internet and mobile cellular subscription globally, thus creating opportunities for innovative and cost-effective health services through the use of ICT. So this is one of the factors why we use e-health to provide affordable telecommunication, affordable healthcare services. You cannot say cheap, but affordable. Cheap normally we relate to the quality. None of the cheap things got high quality. So normally the cheap things is a low quality, but we always say affordable. So internet or e-health can provide affordable solution for the low or poor country to get the healthcare services. So there are a lot of research done in African country. So the researcher, my friend, also involved in Kenya, Ethiopia. So they provide the telemedicine services. The doctor in the city, for example, they can communicate to the folks in the rural area. The community in the rural area. For example, in Indonesia, there are many islands, so they cannot commute to the city, to the town, which is provide the healthcare services. So the telemedicine or e-health can help this problem. So now we introduce to the clinical decision support system and intelligence system. So from e-health, so we move to the intelligence system. When we talk about clinical decision support, of course, it have the intelligent element there. So from the very earliest moment in the modern history of the computer, scientists have dreamed of creating an electronic brain. Of all the modern technological quests, this research to create artificial intelligent computer system has been one of the most ambitious and, not surprisingly, controversial. So it so seems that very early on, scientists and clinicians alike were captivated by the potential such as technology might have in healthcare. So this AI is able to store and process vast of knowledge, a lot of knowledge. The hope was that they would become perfect doctor in a box, assisting and surpassing clinicians with tasks like diagnosis. With such motivation, a small but talented community of computer scientists and healthcare professionals set about shaping a research program for a new discipline called artificial intelligence in medicine. So this is a hot topic nowadays. very good research that if you plan to become a researcher, so welcome to the artificial intelligence in medicine. Yeah, if you interested in AI, so don't go AI in general. So go to AI in medical. There are a lot of tasks awaiting you to improve or to help the people around the world. Yeah, they got, for example, we still don't have a perfect diagnosis tool, yeah, to detect the cancer in the early stage. Yeah, so you can see that a lot of people diagnosed as cancer at stage of 4, right? So after they got problem, their weight is suddenly reduced. Yeah? So this is the effect, yeah, the effect of the cancer, because cancer is a silent killer. So you cannot detect. You when you got the cancer stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, you cannot, you don't feel anything. Yeah, unless we have a tool to detect that, okay, your cancer cell is active now. So can we got that a tool to warning the people who suffer with the cancer? No. Yeah, unless you got a very disciplined, you are the very disciplined people, so you make compulsory for health screening every year or twice per year. So then this is a help to detect your health status, whether you are prone to cancer or you are free from the cancer. So of course, yeah, all human got a cancer cell. But it depends on whether the cell cancer is active or not active. So to prevent from active, so you need to what they call it, practice a good discipline in your lifestyle. Reduce the stress. Okay, take care about your foods. Yeah? Take time to exercise and so on. So intelligent system is actually the algorithm embed in the software, and then it transfer the knowledge of specialists. Yeah, we need the specialist, the doctor, who expert in certain area, and then we study, we convert the expertise of the doctor into the software that called algorithm. And when we marry these two things, technology, which is software, embed with the algorithm, and the knowledge of the specialist, then it becomes the intelligent system. I think you got a special subject, right, elective, the artificial intelligence system. So I don't need to talk about AI, but I interest on talk about AI in medical. Yeah. So medical artificial intelligence is primarily concerned with the construction of AI programs that perform diagnosis and make therapy recommendation. Okay, unlike medical application based on other programming methods such as purely statistical and probabilistic method, medical AI programs are based on symbolic model of disease entities and their relationship to patient factor and clinical manifestation. Okay, so this cover what I told you just now. Yep. So the combination of technology, computer technology. When we talk about computer technology, not only the internet, yeah, the software inside the technology, it should be called a technology also, right? So the collaboration between technologies, IT technologies, or IT scientists and medical scientists or medical practice, we develop AI system, yeah, actually to model the solution, yeah, for mitigate the healthcare problem. So in the healthcare problems, there are a lot of area, yeah. So when you talk about when you go to the hospital, there are many departments. They call it special disciplines. Oncology, pediatric, ophthalmology, yeah, cardiology, dermatology. Yeah. So there are a lot of area. Yeah, ENT, yeah, ear, nose, and throat. So intelligence system in healthcare is to provide a tool for the doctor, to help the doctor to decide what are the best treatment to be given to the patient. But most important thing, that intelligence system can provide the background of the problem. Background means it will generate the information about the patient regarding their cancer, for example. Let's say from the algorithm, so we can detect that the cancer status is in the early stage, or in the middle stage, or in the bad stage. So from that, normally the diagnosis process take time, yeah, take time. So that's why a patient need to admit to the ward. There are a lot of process of examination or tests need to be gone through before the doctor decide what is the real problem that you face, and then why you got vomiting, why you got headache, yeah? Why your weight suddenly reduced, and so on. So the AI will describe this thing, and it's up to the doctor to decide what is the next plan or treatment to be taken by the patient. Yeah? So intelligence system got a lot of stage, yeah? Detection, prevention, and also promotion of the health. Yeah. So that's why AI in medical is very, very important, and it's not easy area, yeah? So you need to work with the doctor, talk to them, learn with them, and then you can transfer their knowledge to the algorithm. So why clinical decision support system is important? I think I more or less I already told to you. So the CDSS with AI can support both the creation and the use of clinical knowledge. So when we talk about clinical or healthcare, a lot of knowledge need to be captured, need to be shared, yeah? And also generate. That's why AI is very important to generate the knowledge. Yeah? So the CDSS important because reasoning with clinical knowledge. CDS is knowledge-based system containing clinical knowledge, usually about a very specifically defined task, and able to reason with data from individual person. Okay, this is a thing that I already explained to you. So when you talk about clinical decision support system, machine learning cannot run away. So there are many AI methods, yeah, that you can apply in order to make the application intelligent. Yeah. When you talk about AI, there are a lot of technology improve in that area. Yeah. For example, neural network, yeah, rule-based. That is a old method. Now they call it deep learning. Deep learning, so very intelligent algorithm. There are a lot of algorithm to be used for creating the intelligent system. So this is also why clinical decision support system and intelligent system. I think you can read by yourself. So why clinical decision support system is important? Because it improves patient safety, improve quality of care, and improve efficiently the healthcare delivery. Healthcare delivery means the healthcare services. Yeah? You go to the hospital, the doctor or the nurse provide the treatment to you, and then it depends on the health worker how they treat you, yeah, how they provide the treatment to you. Yeah. So some of people said that the private hospital is very good, but actually in healthcare services, the best hospital is a government hospital. So, you know that when you go to the private hospital, when they cannot handle this case, then they will transfer to the government hospital. So the government hospital, example Ministry of Health Malaysia, we got a lot of health center throughout the country. But when you compare to the private hospital, I think the big network in Malaysia, I think KPJ, for example, yeah, Pantai Hospital. But this is very costly. If you don't have insurance, investment, so you cannot go to the hospital, that kind of hospital. So I never been in this kind of hospital, yeah, private hospital, because I'm Bahrain citizen, yeah, it's a normal Malaysian citizen. So I always prefer go to the government hospital. So this is three things that why the CDSS or artificial intelligence in medical is very important, because it will improve the patient safety. Patient safety means you got fast treatment, fast treatment plan, and then improve the quality of care. Improve the quality of care means you are not given the wrong medicine, you are not given a wrong treatment, quality of care, and then you easily access to the healthcare services. When you go to the Malaysia, I think not less than 2 kilometer or 5 kilometer you can access to the healthcare services. Yeah. So every district, every kampong, yeah, village or state, we got the healthcare services. Yeah, we got the healthcare center or healthcare provider. Okay. So now we go to the intelligent system in healthcare. So what is intelligent system? Intelligent system are technologically advanced machines that perceive and respond to the world around them. So I got flower. Someone give me the flower. Okay, what is intelligent system in healthcare? Intelligent system can take many forms, from automated of simple tasks, such as appointment notification, to identification of cancer stage and treatment suggestion. I think this is subject that I think if you take AI subject, this is normally the definition of intelligent system. But intelligent system in healthcare is to provide automated process, yeah, from the simple task, for example appointment, to the complex task. In other words, intelligent system is a human built artifact that the methods developed to capture knowledge about the world and then manipulate that knowledge. So it's about the knowledge, knowledge transfer from the specialist to the software specialist. Yeah. You, let's say software engineer, you interested on the AI, so you get the process of developing the software is to get the requirement, right? So when you talk with the specialist, actually you collect the requirement. Yeah, you understand the process, you understand how the doctor work, how they diagnose the patient, what to start, what to collect, what to capture, what to synthesis, what to elaborate. So this process will be put under design of the algorithm, right? So you cannot run away from the software development life cycle. So just the field is different, yeah, the subject matter is different. So I think you remember that I told you last times. So when you, as a software engineer, when you want to develop the software or application, so you need to understand the business process of the system that you want to computerize. Okay, intelligent system technology. One of the example is a rule-based expert system. So rule-based expert system is a program that captures element of human expertise and perform reasoning tasks that normally rely on specialist knowledge. So nowadays rule-based is very less to be used because we got the recent technology, deep learning, very intelligent. Okay, intelligent system technology. So this is an example, rule-based expert system. The task like interpreting the ECG wave, yeah, how the rule could be used to detect a systole might be like this one, yeah, rule 1, rule 2, and combination of the rule 1 and rule 2, like this one, yeah, like this one. Okay, this is a simple one. We got another rule and then combination of the rule. Okay, so this is a example of rule-based expert system. So another technology is a neural network system. Yeah? Another one is, for example, a genetic algorithm. Yeah? Is based on the human, emotion and so on. Okay, so this is example of neural network in diagnose the chest pain. What is the output? Fever, vertigo. So neural network, a two-layer neural network got input and also the output nodes. So in between, normally in between here, so they have a algorithm, algorithm to process the output. So this input is actually the knowledge, knowledge from the knowledge that you collect and you learn from the specialist skill, knowledge. Knowledge got two, tacit knowledge. You can see the knowledge. Okay. Okay, next is this is nasopharyngeal carcinoma. Okay, this is one of the research that I have done with my doctorate student. How to detect they call it naso. Naso is a nose, nose cancer at the back of your nose. So we cannot see at the back of your nose. So how they capture this picture image is through scope, telescope. So they put the wire and got a camera here, and then the doctor will push the wire into your back of the nose. So this is a image of the nose. So this got actually the early stage of the cancer. You know that one of our hero, Lin Chong-wei got nasopharyngeal carcinoma. So this is an example of the cancer, nose cancer. So we can detect through the algorithm. So we capture this image, then we develop an algorithm to detect the what they call it, the rate. They call it the rate. I don't remember the term. Sorry. So this is a way how we detect the cancer. They call it nasopharyngeal carcinoma for the nose cancer of the patient. So this data we got from the Hospital Sultanah Aminah Muar. We got a collaboration with the doctor there. Okay. So it's very useful, these tools. So we published this work in the journal and got a lot of citation across the world. So a lot of the researcher in Singapore, in US, invite me to give a speech, but I refuse because they don't sponsor the flight, and also the accommodation. So, but never mind. The most important thing that our journal, our work is recognized by the world. So they are very keen to know further on this research. And I got this from this paper. I got award from the UTM, where our paper is a best paper for the year. I think in 2018. 2018 I got the best paper journal award by the UTM. During that time I was in the UK do a sabbatical. So my student take the award, and we got very good gift. So this is a contribution to the medical field, where we utilize the technology, IT technology, to help the healthcare services. Okay, class, we go to the end of this chapter. A summary: the internet has given rise to new type of healthcare services, including service brokering, email, video, online chat, EMR, and remote collaboration. So a benefit of CDSS include improved patient safety, improved quality of care, improved efficiency, and an expert system is a program that capture element of human expertise and perform reasoning tasks that normally rely on specialist knowledge. So healthcare information system not only provide the tech information, not only computerize the process of the healthcare services, from registration to pharmacy, yeah. But the healthcare information system include also on the AI, yeah, clinical decision support system. So this is what I mean in the beginning of the chapter. So when you study this subject, so you should able to discuss, yeah, further what you can contribute, what you can use the computer as a tool to develop a very good tool for the doctor to diagnose the patient. So this is a good contribution, yeah? You contribute to the community, yeah? To the people, to save their life, yeah? So class, I think that's it. Our chapter 11, which is involved the internet, e-health, clinical decision support system, which is involved the AI element, to make sure that the technology can speed up the process of diagnosis and help the health worker, the specialist, to save people's life. Yeah? Okay, that's it. See you later. Thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum.